We're here with Gene Olivier and Bill Wimberly, and I would like to introduce you as members of Ardwin Funeral Home, and you're retired, Gene, aren't you?
That's right.
What you do, but you're involved with the activities for today. What is your positions here, and what is going to take place today?
Okay, I'm the post commander, Post 8971 Eunice, Louisiana. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a flag raising ceremony. We're going to retire the old flag and present the City of Eunice a new flag. And also we're going to have a 3-round volley by the Kinder Veterans Association.
And Bill, what is your position here?
Rick, I am the commander of the local American Legion, Post 129, and coupled with what Gene just said, we're also going to take a minute with the folks from the community to recognize the fallen soldiers from this area in past wars, as well as other soldiers from all over that have sacrificed their lives for our freedom.
Okay, with great pleasure, our master of ceremony is going to be Mr. Bill Wimberly, who is the commander of the American Legion.
Thank you, Gene, and thank you to everybody for coming out on this beautiful day. Sure do appreciate you guys taking the time to come out here and celebrate this great program with us. I'd like to take a moment before we jump into it to recognize a few people that are here today. I'd like to first start by recognizing the associations that are here today. Of course, our American Legion, our VFW, which is Gene Olivier, and then incoming commander is going to be Mr. Terry Mott. And then also our district, the VFW has a new district chaplain, Mr. Donald Estolette, who's joining us here also, and the rest of them. And then also we have Gene Young representing the DAV. We have Mr. Terry Corville from Kinder, who comes out every year and does a wonderful program. We have Mr. Randy Leger and the Boy Scouts from 425. We have Eunice's Finest. We have the Chief of Police, Mr. Randy Fontenot. And then we have a representative from Eunice Fire Department here. Thank you guys for coming out. We have former Councilman Roland Miller, who's here with us this evening. And then we also have Councilman at Large, Mr. Jack Burson, who's here with us. Any other city officials that I may have missed? Okay, Mr. Burson, you wanted to come up and say a few words, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Wimberly. On behalf of the city government of the City of Eunice, I want to welcome everyone who has come out today to celebrate and honor this most important public event. Memorial Day was begun after the Civil War, that awful internal conflict where 640,000 Americans died, more than we lost in all the other wars together. Once it began, it soon grew into a great national holiday. It's very important that we remember the purpose of Memorial Day, which is first and foremost to honor those people whose names are on this memorial in the center of our town, who gave their lives to defend our freedom and our nation.
Memorial Day is the time for Americans to reconnect with their history and core values by honoring those who gave their lives for the ideals we cherish. More than 1 million American service members have died in wars and conflicts that our nation has fought since the first colonial soldiers took up arms in 1775 to fight for independence. Each person who died during those conflicts was a loved one cherished by a family and friends. Each was a loss to their community and to the nation. Much too often we fail to remember those who gave their life for those whose life today bears the scars as a lasting memory of that sacrifice and commitment. Since its first official observation on May 5, 1868, Memorial Day has been a day of remembrance for that sacrifice and commitment. And while it was originally dedicated to honor Civil War soldiers, we know it today as a celebration in memory of all who have fought for and defended our right to freedom. At this time, we're going to turn our attention to Mr. Randy Leger and the Boy Scouts as they retire the colors of an older flag and replace it with Please prepare for the volleys by Mr. Terry Corville and team.
Forward, home. Half left, hook. Aim, fire. Aim, fire. Aim, fire. Half right, hook. Breathe in, home.
In our remembrance to our farewell warrior, Mr. Terry Corville will lead us in a program.
The sad and undeniable truth of war is that soldiers die. Army, Air Force, Marine Corps, Navy, Coast Guard, all protectors of freedom, know that they may be called upon to pay the ultimate sacrifice for the freedom that we enjoy today. The most unpopular and longest fought wars in American history was fought by brave soldiers, young and old, rich and poor, from all races and religions. If we are to be judged by our actions in Vietnam, we have but one request, that we be judged not by public sentiment and opposition, but let God be the judge, let our soldiers be the jury. The 4 veterans will perform this ceremony, which is conducted in the field for our soldiers lost in battle. It's the same service that we used to do in Vietnam. In battle, we'd lose our comrade, never to see him again. We'd load him up on helicopters. But when we get back to our fire base camp, we'd always have this farewell to warriors, which is known as the Soldier's Cross. The placing of the weapon with a fixed bayonet is to remind us that the battle has ended. He may now rest in peace. The placing of the helmet reminds us of the fallen warrior now protected by a higher being, and he may now climb the stairways to his reward that he had so righteously earned.
A great event we just witnessed, and this happens every year, doesn't it, Gene?
It sure does, every Memorial Day.
And what is the actual date and time and location of this event each year, Bill?
Well, the date varies, but it's always the last Monday in the month of May, which
Is Memorial Day.
Is Memorial Day, correct? And our event is always held on that Monday at 5 o'clock here at the corner of Park and 2nd Street.
And we saw the Boy Scouts in the video today for this event. How are they involved, and how did they get involved with it?
The Boy Scouts are sponsored by the VFW Post 8971. We sponsor them, then they do all the activities for us at some post meetings and also flag raising ceremonies for Veterans Day.
Is there anyone else you'd like to thank who came out today or supported you?
Sure, Rick. We'd like to put a special thanks out there to the city officials who came out, Mr. Jack Burson, former Councilman Roland Miller, Chief of Police, the Eunice Fire Department over here in town, and then most of all, the people of the community of Eunice who came out to celebrate this special day with us. Thank you.
Of course, you can't thank everyone. You always might leave someone else out. But, Gene, is there any last words you'd like to say?
Yeah, thanks to KUN, and also thanks for the Eunice News, because the Eunice News puts an ad for the Veterans of Foreign Wars and also the American Legion, and it states what time, and it also names the fallen comrades and also the MIA PIWs from Eunice, Louisiana.
KUN